So many of us have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, including our kids. And research shows more of us are taking melatonin to get some good Z's. But is it even safe to take? Novant Health pediatrician Dr. Alison Gardner says melatonin is a hormone that our brain produces naturally when it senses darkness and it knows it's time for sleep. But the bottle you can pick up at the drugstore hasn't really been studied long term.
When you take a pill, you know exactly what you're getting. Melatonin is a hormone, but is not regulated by the FDA because it's not considered a drug. It's considered a dietary supplement.
And that's why Dr. Gardner says it's so important to be cautious when taking it or giving it to your kids. According to the CDC, in 2020, melatonin became the most frequently ingested substance among children, reported to the National Poison Control Centers. And take a look at these numbers. Over the past decade, the CDC says there's been a 530% increase in the number of kids taking melatonin. Dr. Gardner says from 2012 to 2020, 4,000 kids were hospitalized. 5 needed a breathing machine and 2 died as a result to overdosing on melatonin. She recommends only using it short term with your older kids as maybe a transition back from vacation or even a sleepover.
Melatonin is not meant to be an easy answer or a substitute for a good sleep routine. First adjusting the environment and developing that sleep routine would be the most important things to do.
Now here's her advice for a good night's sleep for your kids. Have a consistent bedtime routine every night. Avoid blue lights from screens, especially an hour before bedtime. Take a hot bath or shower right before bed. Keep the room cool at night and play peaceful sounds or have smells like lavender to induce sleep. Most importantly, Dr. Gardner says always talk to your doctor or pediatrician before trying something new like melatonin, or if you want to give your kids melatonin, it's always best to just talk with a pediatrician.
So you can actually overdose on melatonin. I didn't know that because our body naturally produces it.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes, working morning shows and things like that, we'll take it to get to bed earlier, but I just thought it was a supplement. I didn't think you could overdose from that.
What does the overdose look like? It's excessive extreme sleepiness, and with younger kids, because they're so tired, they have trouble regulating their breathing and their heart rate.
Goodness, I did not know that. So my kids take it occasionally. I take it a lot. And in fact, I had a doctor tell me because of my sleep problems, they said go right to the 10 milligrams. I think that's the most you can take, but most people do 5 milligrams or less at a time, and I do the 10 milligrams. And to be honest, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't.
So at one point I felt like I got to the point where it just wasn't doing anything for me anymore. So I had to find other ways to wind down, whether that be like, doing a late workout or the hot shower thing
That
can
really help.
Yeah,
Reading,
that helps to loosen you up.
You know what we did with my third oldest, Tyler? He's a horrible sleeper like I am. And we found a pillow that has a plug that you plug into this device, and it plays songs, like soothing songs, and you can't hear it unless you're laying on that pillow. If you put your head on the pillow, you can hear the songs, and he does that, regulates the sound, and he likes music to put him to sleep. So, but then nobody else, he's not bothering anybody else with it.
Right, that's really cool. Well, and I don't want this to be a reason to scare people out of taking melatonin, right? Because a lot of people do use it. I think that it's just important to know that there have not been any long-term studies about this. There have been short-term studies, and it's fine, but as far as taking it every night for years and years and years, we just don't know what can happen or what it can do.
Good to know.